we're gonna tear this thing apart and see what's going on with it. All right, so bought this F series for the S2000 for $260. So we're gonna see what's all going on with it. I believe it is pretty locked up, so I don't think the block is gonna be much good, but it's gonna be good for parts. It's got a valve cover, is what I wanted, really, is the valve cover, so I can send it off and get it powder coated yellow. It does have an aftermarket clutch on it, a few other little goodies. So we're gonna take this apart and see what's going on. So not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure that he blew his turbo and sucked in all the coolant, and that's what blew this motor up. But again, really, I just wanted the head and some of the accessories off of it. So but what I did find is, after I pulled this off, I found out that this was a Honda 4-bar map sensor. So that's pretty cool. We'll resell that throttle body and the map sensor, so it's a good win. All right, clutch off. The disc looks not too bad. It's got some kind of mark right there on the top. I don't know if that's from them shoving the transmission on there. Could be. Pressure plate Looks pretty decent. Got the pilot bearing, throwout bearing on there, but this is what concerns me. I don't know exactly what this is right here. Some sort of dust cover shield, something like that. If you know what that is, drop a comment below. Looks like it could have possibly came off the back side of the throwout bearing here. Not exactly sure how these are supposed to look, but it does look like it has some damage right here, possibly. Again, I'm not exactly sure how these are supposed to look. It's got like a little cam lobe on there. I don't know if you can see that. It's got like a little lobe right there. I don't know what that is. McLeod. Oh, it's no good. McLeod pressure plate. Sure, those are pretty decent. It looks pretty nice. Yeah, I don't know what that's supposed to look like, but anyways, we'll keep going. Those are definitely pretty stuck in there. I hate seeing that because I never have issues pulling these out. It doesn't look like they were even have Loctite on them or anything like that. So ooh. Okay, those are pretty freaking tight, boys. way tighter than what they need to be, I think. I mean, unless S2000's torque spec is 250 pounds or something, which I highly doubt that. But it's all right. We got this off. And the only reason why I'm taking this off is because eventually I'll have to take the crank out, and I'll have the stand. I'll have this on the stand, and being on the stand and having the flywheel on there and all that, like, it just doesn't work. So you got to take all this stuff off in order to get it ready to put on the stand. That way we can really tear down into it and get everything taken apart. I've never taken apart one of these, so I know it's pretty similar to K-Series as far as a lot of this stuff goes, head bolts and, you know, all that stuff. So we'll get it taken down. I'm gonna get the lift put on here, or the stand piece put on here real quick, and then we'll get it up in the air. I have learned from my mistakes on these. When you're putting this on the stand here, you have to make sure and put it in the holes up here, not in the holes on the girdle on the bottom, because then when you go to pull the freaking girdle off and the crank and all that, can't do it. So make sure and put the stand on these bolts up here, not on the girdle part. And you can see where it separates there, because you will. Holy crap, we're gonna need some long bolts for this bad boy. All right, on the stand. Now let's see what all we can rip off while we're up top. Man, I will say these suckers are pretty freaking heavy. All right. Yeah, things aren't looking too hot in here. As you can see, looks like just pulled this thing off the Titanic from under the ocean or something. Not quite sure what happened still. Like I said, I'm assuming that the turbo probably blew, jacked up all that stuff, man. Just killed it. So anyways, we're gonna keep digging, see what we get. All right, got a few more things pulled off. Again, not really familiar with these engines, so kind of taking my time trying to figure out you know, how all this stuff goes together, because it's two pieces. Not like the K series has a weird cam gear freaking bolt in there. I don't know. Anyways, so tearing it down. We're gonna keep going, see how far we can get. I have a few other things to do today. I have some B series stuff coming in I gotta look at. So we'll keep going with this and see where we get. All right, got the outer timing cover off. Man, this thing looks like it's freaking brand new. Like it doesn't even look like there was oil on it. That's crazy. All this stuff looks literally brand new as well. So I'm interested to see what the rest of this looks like. Well, we found the problem, but man, this thing looks like it was literally just put together not very long before it blew up, because everything here it's so clean. And it really sucks because, man, like, this dude demolished this thing. So we're gonna take all this apart, see what we can salvage. We will be selling a lot of the accessories and everything off this, so if you're needing accessories for an S2000, definitely hit me up, let me know, because we're gonna be selling all this stuff. Well, boys, I think we found the problem. She's stuck. Huh. I wonder why the crank wouldn't spin. Man, I have no idea. Man, she is in there. Probably still good, right? Just put a new one in. Ah. She ain't coming out. All right, so she is like all the way dug inside there. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be able to get that out of there. Anyways, block, I'm gonna go ahead and say is pretty done, but all the accessories, everything else, there's no shavings, there's nothing in here. All of it came out of the pan. That was just big chunks and stuff like that. So I guess that's a good sign, so that we can sell the other stuff. So the rod did poke through the pan though, so there is a hole in the pan that you couldn't really see because it was all the way on the like up underneath there. So oh well, we'll take out what we can salvage here and put some parts up for sale. All right, so we finally got the whole block disassembled, everything. F22C one, as you can see, that's not supposed to look like that, and that rod is literally jammed inside the the block there, so that's no good. But we took out everything, so we are going to be we're going to put all the nuts and bolts together in like a category package type deal. Girdle, bolts, all that sort of stuff. The head was still good, so we're going to take the head to the machine shop and get it clean because it's full of like just soot, debris, all kinds of stuff like that. Crank, I believe, is still good, so I'm actually going to take it to the machine shop as well and have them check the balance on that and balance it out if it needs to be. And then we have all the parts over here that we are going to sell separate or together or whatever, because it looked like they had just got this thing together and then they ended up blowing it up. So obviously used cover, but everything inside looked like almost brand new, like all the timing stuff. So the timing stuff here, all that, I mean, the bolts were literally brand new, all that stuff. So oil cooler, sprockets, sensors, oil squirters, oil pump, intake manifold, coolant, water pump housing, all that stuff. So we will be selling all that stuff separate. This throttle body will actually work on any B series manifold. So if you want this is a 70 millimeter OEM Honda throttle body, and this also, I mean, it's very dirty. We're still going to clean this up, but it also does have a Honda 4-bar map sensor on it as well. So if you're looking to do a boosted application and you want a bigger throttle body and you want a 4-bar map sensor from Honda, we're going to sell that as well. Anything we'll sell separate. So if that's anything you guys are looking for, if you know someone that has a S2000 that's looking for parts, definitely tag them, hit them up, let me know. I know some of this stuff will probably sit around, but some of it will definitely sell. So that's it for today, guys. Thanks.